Can AI replace humans at work? Since November 2022, I've been hearing a lot about AI from my clients and other people, and the fear that grows within them. I hear fears like AI is going to replace me at work, or AI is going to make us irrelevant, or artificial intelligence is going to become bigger and bigger and take over the world. As I was hearing these, I started to ponder, can AI really take over people at work? AI, as I research this, can look at billions of databases, of points, of facts, and it can look at it and analyze it and synthesize it and come up with projections and predictions of what it can mean like for the future. And it can do this for the economy, for business, for medicine, for the environment. It's got all sorts of ways it can be used and utilized for the benefit of people in society. It can make us more efficient and make us more equitable and really get to a point where machine learning can help us do what we can't do ourselves. So in that way, workers on assembly lines are in jeopardy. Those jobs are in jeopardy, the ones that have repetitive tasks that are done over and over again. But just as like when the PC came out, the personal computer, and people were worried if it's going to replace their jobs, in the end, it actually enabled many people to have jobs that use PCs. I think similar is going to happen today, something similar with artificial intelligence. You're going to create hundreds of jobs that use artificial intelligence well. So the first thing I did was I thought, why not go to the source? Why not ask ChatGPT this question? And I did just that. And here's what it said to me. Here's what it answered. Artificial intelligence has already started to replace humans in some jobs, such as in manufacturing, customer service, and data entry. However, there are still many tasks that require human intelligence, creativity, and empathy that AI is not yet capable of replicating. Interesting, yet, it put in there. I'll go on with what ChatGPT told me. While it is possible that AI may one day be able to simulate some of those more complex emotional skills, it is unlikely that machines will ever be able to fully replicate the depth and nuance of human emotional intelligence. Human emotions are complex, multidimensional, and influenced by personal experiences and cultural backgrounds, which make it difficult to program into an AI system. And I found it comes down to really two things. One is, you've got to separate artificial intelligence from emotional intelligence, is what part of the answer was. And also, with that, knowing that fact, can artificial intelligence replace humans at work? They sort of go hand in hand, those two answers. So what I get out of this is, AI will be able to replicate and take away jobs that are repetitive or based on data or facts, but it'll be a lot harder to do that, if possible at all, when it comes to human emotional experiences. But then I start to wonder what AI cannot do. It cannot replace human feelings. It cannot replace human touch and the complexities of emotions that are communicated with that touch to other human beings. It cannot question why it exists. It cannot understand morality and ethical issues and what's right or wrong. See, a lot of moral issues and moral decisions are based on human experiences, our history, and understanding empathy for other people. Even when other people are different from us and look different from us and act different from us, our capacity to be compassionate and empathetic to their needs from their perspectives is what helps morality and ethical decisions evolve over the years. AI can also not help you and other people in their decisions about their life and career direction. That's because we are essentially emotional beings first, thinking beings second. And when the AI tries to use logic, like what's popular, what skills you have, what is needed out in the world and business in the next 5 years, it misses a big point of the foundation. That's your emotional connection to it. And I found by working with people, getting back to their emotional connection, their passion for what they want to do in life, is what helps them most in their career direction. And work by Antonio Damasio has reinforced this, that many of our decisions actually come from our emotional beings and not from this logical part of ourselves. I'll get more into that in a later video. Actually, part of my practice is seeing clients who have chosen career direction using their logical analysis, personality tests, career aptitude tests with dismal results. So understanding emotions is key to this conundrum with artificial intelligence. So what do emotions do for us? Well, emotions signal us when danger's around. Long before, relatively speaking, when the thoughts and the logic kicks in. Sure, these are hundredths of a second, but it's still before the thinking kicks in. It tells us with emotional and sensations in our body who to trust and who to avoid, who to love, who is trustworthy, what is safe. Emotions are complex because we don't just feel one or two emotions, we feel many emotions in any one time and thousands of emotions a day. Emotions allow us to feel excited and energized as we climb slowly up that hill of that thrilling roller coaster before that big fall on the downside. But at the same time, we're feeling the energized and excited, we're also feeling anxious and scared. But both are okay. Without the scared and anxious, we wouldn't have the excitement and energized. Without sadness, we wouldn't feel the joy we feel. Without unmotivated, we wouldn't be as motivated by big aspirations. At first they seem like a paradox, but then we start to appreciate all emotions if you really understand the emotional benefits to us, which logic cannot do. If you think about it, everything you want in life, cars or career or family or abilities or to reach the top at anything or to succeed, everything you do in life can be boiled down to emotions. I've done that with my clients. I will do it soon in a video coming up. As I said before, human beings are emotional beings first and logical beings second. The thinking brain is relatively new. It's also called the neocortex, or new brain. It's about 1.5 million years old, which is relatively young in evolution, compared to the emotional brain or mammal brain, which is approximately 65 million years old. And the emotional brain is there. Its functions like intuition, empathy, compassion, connectedness are there to keep us together, protect us when we have a close-knit family group. In all mammals, just think of if you had a tribe being attacked, which would survive more? The one that cared about each other and connected, stayed together as a band, or the one that just looked after themselves? Of course, the former one. And they're the ones that survive and pass on their genes of connectedness through the emotional brain to future and future generations. Yet, what do we do in society? We focus on the technology, the new inventions, the innovations, the advances in intelligence like artificial intelligence, which is great. That's beautiful. But we are, I find, like a PhD in technology and logical advancements, and we have a grade school education in emotional intelligence. We need to catch up. We need to develop our emotional intelligence. I know what you're thinking. I used a school metaphor as a measure of emotional intelligence, even though the school system is heavily based in logic. So I needed an example to make my point. We need to consider those technological advancements as tools to serve human experiences and not the other way around. Do you remember when cell phones, when they first came out, the promise was they'd free up our time? How did that work out? Or that nuclear fission would give us a safe, pollution-free way to extract energy? There was no dangers of that, was there? In addition, we have seen social media, with the promise it's going to connect us, actually making people feel more isolated, depressed, judged, and shamed. something that was more evident during the pandemic. We need to learn to express our emotions without fear of being shamed or ridiculed, being vulnerable with other people, and not try to rid our emotions, because all emotions are acceptable. Not all behaviors are acceptable, but all your emotions are acceptable. So not being shamed because you have some emotions, and because just know deep in your heart that everyone probably has shared that too in your life. And we don't want to help people or encourage people to rid their emotions when they're feeling sad or frustrated or angry with alcohol or drugs or any other altered states of consciousness. Because there's nothing wrong with emotions. To really accept yourself as you are, which we have a long way to go to do that. Emotions help us choose what to do in life, in our life direction and career direction. They will also help us learn how to use artificial intelligence and technological advancements ethically and wisely. When we're really in touch with our emotions, we are not emotional as in making rash decisions. We're actually more balanced, and we're actually in a better place to use our logical brain even better. Whereas if you are too angry or too scared or hiding behind drugs or alcohol, you're actually not as logical as you think. You might be numb, but it's not logic. I believe careers that use advancing emotional intelligence to deepen the human experience will be outside the strengths of artificial intelligence. Activities where humans can actually get together in human-to-human contact for charitable causes, or working towards a project, a goal, or in leisure activities. So these kind of things will deepen our experience, our relationship with other people, including yourself, with animals, and with nature. So I don't think it's an either-or game. I think we need both. Artificial intelligence is here to stay. It will develop and get better. And I think our emotional intelligence will improve as we learn more and more about it and how it can enhance our life. And we can start using AI to enhance our EI. Anything that increases our experiences of working together with each other, or leisure activities, or making the planet better. Even AI can do that for human experience, so much so the better. And that's where our emotional intelligence can come into play. And in the process of developing these relationships and your emotional intelligence, we can actually deepen the most important relationships you can have in life. That is the one with yourself. And no AI can do that. Signing off with love from one human to the next, this is Sam Gerstein, wishing you ways to wake up your true self and living more emotionally and authentically.